When I go to Italy and I'm like, oh my God, I could eat pizza and gelato every single day and I lose weight and feel great.
In 2018, I was diagnosed as a pre-diabetic, which means that I was on the verge of diabetes, but I didn't actually have diabetes. And that was because my diet was bad. I was not eating anything healthy at all. And even when I did eat healthy, my health wouldn't really improve like that. So on top of my doctors telling me to adjust my diet, I was even prescribed metformin at one point, which is to lower blood sugar. Anyway, that summer I went to Ivory Coast to go visit family, and I ate considerably greasy food. I ate grilled chicken and fried plantains and lots of stew, and I also ate a lot of carbs like cassavas or what we call achike. I also probably drank more Fanta than water. But despite all that, what I noticed on the trip is that my skin, it cleared up. After the trip, I returned back to the States. I had a physical, I did a bunch of tests and etc. I was really scared that my health got worse because of what I ate. But bro, I'll never forget this. When I got my results back, my doctors told me that my health improved and that I lost weight and that I should continue what I'm doing. What? That's what I knew. America's food is killing us, yo. I'm about to move out of here for my health.
If you want to hear a scary and interesting story, watch this video. My wife and I, we just got back from our trip to Brazil. We were there for 3 weeks, and she's from Brazil originally, so we went to go visit her family. Now, prior to the trip, we cut out eating rice and like potato chips and things like that. We used to eat something crunchy with like every single meal, and we used to eat rice almost every single meal. Cut that out for like 3 months, lost weight, went to Brazil, and once we got to Brazil, we ate so much food all the time. Some of you know, some of you don't. I'm a bariatric patient, so my stomach is not as big as it used to be, and I was still eating so much food all the time. I'm talking chocolates, brownies, rice, beans, and meat every single day, French fries every single day. The traditional Brazilian meal is rice, beans, farofa, French fries, meat, salad, these kinds of things. Vinaigrette, which is like a pico de gallo Brazilian style. Picanha every single day, meat, carne every single day. You name it, we ate it. And we were like, oh shit, when we get home, we're gonna step on that scale. It's gonna be a whole different story. And we got home and we stepped on the scale, both of us, and we both lost weight. Now here's the interesting part. We have been back for 3 days. We landed on Wednesday at 7 a.m. The first thing we got, since we'd been gone, our fridge was empty, our house was empty. The first thing we got was breakfast. We just ordered Uber Eats from this diner down the street. Fake eggs, crappy ass hash browns, sausage links, whatever. Just to put food in our stomachs while we were home until we figured out groceries and everything. I got some shredded beef from Trader Joe's, peppers, onions, tomatoes, cooked up some food the last couple of days. Even used some of like the stock freezer food that you can just pop real quickly and easy. There was like raviolis and meatballs from Trader Joe's. 24 hours after we were in LA, we woke up the next day and we had the worst headaches ever for hours. Feeling sluggish, feeling tired. We know jet lag. This was not jet lag. I can't even fathom the fact that I was able to consume as much food and a variety of different foods, from sweets to drinking Guaraná and Coke Zeros over there, to eating as much as we want, just to coming back here for 1 day to the United States and eating the food that we ate, both home cooked and ordered, and we both felt as shitty as we felt in 24 hours. Yeah, this country's food, no bueno, dude.
Hey YouTube, today's TikToks are going to be how America's food is actually unhealthy for us. Because how does it make sense that you can go to another country and eat insane amounts of food, unhealthy foods at that, right, and still end up losing weight, compared to if you ate that same amount of food in the US, the outcome would be completely different, and I think it's because of the ingredients, but we'll find out in these TikToks coming up.
Ever notice when you eat ultra-processed food, from chips and cereal to fast food burgers and donuts, after the first bite, everything kind of turns to mush in your mouth? That's not by accident. So let's talk about what purpose it serves. Again, this is my series where I share interesting facts I've learned while reading for research as a food scholar. This one is from ultra-processed people. Softness is a near universal quality when it comes to ultra-processed food. Even though you might not categorize some of the foods I listed as soft because they're marketed as crunchy or crispy, sticky, and spongy, the fundamental base of their construction is a pulverized blob, usually made up of some kind of starch. Why does this matter? Well, when foods are really soft, or what the author refers to as pre-chewed, it makes it way easier to eat. For example, you can easily finish a McDonald's burger in under a minute. Not only does this encourage us to eat a lot faster, it makes it harder for our brains to calculate how much we've actually eaten and send signals.
Oh my god, that's smart. So then you don't feel full, so you actually eat over what you're intended to eat because they want to keep you unhealthy and fat. And it's like less filling, or like it's considered less filling. And because the food isn't like good, actual high quality food, it's just mush, according to her. You know what I mean?
Telling us to stop. In one study, researchers found that the combination of softness in ultra-processed food as well as their energy density caused participants to eat 17 more calories per minute than those eating an unprocessed diet. The confusion of cues in our brain also causes confusion in our bodies. Take Pringles as an example. Its saddle-like shape aligns very well with our tongue, so almost every taste bud we have is in contact. Then when we chew it, it fractures unevenly, something that food engineers would call catastrophic failure. This, alongside the high umami content that is pumped in using synthetic flavor, prompts our bodies to expect a more nutritional food to enter our system rather than a little bit of potato starch. So what do? We reach for another and another and another in that quest for the expected nutrition. Not only are these soft, ultra-processed foods bad for our health, they're literally changing our bones. Bones need to be used to grow. Since our foods now don't need to be chewed that much, it's unsurprising that more people, especially children, have jaws that are actually too small for their face. Now, you might be thinking, well, the solution is just to make things more chewy, right? But that's exactly the cycle that big food wants us to be trapped in. It's the genius of reformulation, offering solutions for problems that they themselves created. Adding gums to make food more chewy, adding probiotics so the foods don't hurt our gut microbiome as much, adding artificial sugar so that the foods aren't as calorie dense. But as I discussed in my last video, technological improvements always come with their own biases and unintended consequences. Relying on big food to care for our health will never work out for us because the solutions they offer aren't meant to resolve anything. They're meant to sell us more product. What we need is less corporate control in our food system and more power in the hands of the people so we can decide for ourselves how and what to eat.
Damn, so they make the food like easily like mushy, so then our brain doesn't tell us when to stop, and so it stops our jaws from developing. And another interesting fact I just learned is that they make the Pringles the shape of your tongue, so then you get it like, so it's more flavorful. I've never thought about that. That's like the smartest thing I've ever heard. But let's get into this next TikTok.
So I've had the ability to go into certain like big box stores recently, like several times a day. I'm talking about Costco, Sam's, BJ's. And one thing that has shown me, there is absolutely no way that anything, when I say I mean anything that we're eating is actual food. Nothing. And I say that to say, when you see how much, first of all, I'm gonna speak on Costco itself. That place is busy from the time it opens to the time it closes. I'm talking about shoulder to people just everywhere. Big items, everything big. You got shelves on top of shelves. When this pallet run out, they got a pallet right behind it ready to put out more food. The rate that we are over consuming, y'all. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going in these stores several times a day. It's busy nonstop. Several times.
Wait, hold on. What are you doing going to Costco multiple times a day? Like, Costco should be like, you go once a week, once every 2 weeks, yada yada, you know what I mean? I don't know about multiple times a day.
That we are over consuming, that nothing grows that fast. And I know what somebody gonna say, oh, it's farms all over the world, all that stuff. Yeah, all over the world, feeding them countries. Think about it. I mean, just really think about it. Think about the food that's going to every Costco in your city, every Sam's in your city, every BJ's just in your city. Just in your city. Then think about all the smaller stores, the Publixes, the Krogers, the Aldis, the Trader Joe's, the whatever store is in your area, Fry's, Safeway, whatever stores are in your area. Think about all the food that's going there too. Think about all the food that's on the shelves, all the food that's in the freezers, all the food that's in the coolers. all the food that's on its way, then just think about the natural cycles of life. All of it. Nothing grows that fast. This is like, I made a video a couple years back and I took it down because people were trying to come at me but talking about, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Human hair, nothing grows that fast. There is a natural cycle that these things have to go through, whether it's an apple, a carrot, hell, even growing a damn cow. Birthing and the natural process, nothing goes that fast. Even if you pump it with steroids, which I'm pretty sure they was probably doing that at one point, there's nothing that grows that fast.
But her logic's actually good. That's a good way to think about it. But I think you can like kind of argue against it by saying that there's like so many scattered across the world. You know what I mean? But also, I was about to make an argument for like seasons and stuff. But then you could think about other countries doing it too, because in our seasons don't align. You know what I mean? So then maybe, or actually I don't know how it works. But her argument's making good sense, to be honest.
I need people to really think about it. And everybody's saying, oh, eat healthy, eat. Nothing is actual food. You cannot convince me, bro. I'm watching people leave, come. Baskets full of paper towels, baskets full of tissue, baskets of apples, meats, big hunks and chunks of meat that's going out all day. They replace it with more. Where these cows? And let me tell you, I do see. I'm in North Carolina, so I get to go out to outskirts too. So I see farms and stuff like that. It ain't that many goddamn cows out there. Not enough to keep reproducing. It's not enough. You cannot tell me. I remember just sitting there, and I know people were probably looking at me like I was crazy. I was just sitting there in awe when like it really just clicked. Like, bro, ain't none of this shit real. I don't know what it is, but it's not real food. It doesn't matter how healthy or how terrible. All of it is garbage. All of it. When somebody said it, the best way you can probably survive right now is buying straight from a farm. Straight from the source, because I'm telling you, there is no way. And not only that, but the amount that we're consuming just of other stuff. Paper towels, trash, aluminum foil, paper plates, paper napkins, paper cups. Where is it all going? All right.
I feel like her point was good, and then she kind of got sidetracked at the end, because then it's like, where's all our trash going? Like, either getting littered, or it's getting incinerated, or it's going to landfills, or it's getting recycled, yada yada yada. But her point does stand. You know what I mean? I think it's a valid concern, because there's so much that we consume. It's like, how do they keep up, really? You know what I mean? And they have more than what we consume, because they need to have extra in case we consume too much. You know what I'm saying? So pretty valid. I'm not gonna lie. Let's into the next video.
Okay, if you are still not convinced that they're literally poisoning us and our food in America, please look at what I'm about to show you. Okay, so I went to Brazil a few months ago and I went to the grocery store and I literally picked up a brownie and I could not believe that it only had 7 ingredients: sugar, dark chocolate, flour, egg, butter, walnuts, and salt. And that's it. Just 7 normal ingredients, clean ingredients, not even a single oil. I live in Chicago and this is literally a brownie from my local jewel.
Oh my god, look at that ingredients list, bro. It looks like I'm on the back of the books when you're getting like a little summary of the book and what you're about to, what you're in for. Why is there so many ingredients for the same exact thing? That cannot be healthy for us, bro.
Osco, okay? It was honestly such a pain to try and count these ingredients, but I got around 46, and that's including palm oil, soybean oil, canola oil, cottonseed oil, and red 40. And then right at the end, it says contains bioengineered food ingredients. Why do we need to have brownies at our grocery stores with over 40 ingredients? And why does it have so many things that we can't even pronounce? Why does it have red 40? Why does it have every single seed oil? They are poisoning us. They are literally poisoning us. It's not fair.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Why does our brownie have so many ingredients, but the other brownie is 7 to 46? That's like a 6-time increase in ingredients for the same exact thing. You know what I mean?
I grew up in Switzerland and no one believes me when I say the American food system is rigged. I used to eat pasta, pizza, everything in the most sedentary life in boarding school ever. and I was skinny and fit and I looked great. Okay, then I moved to America, become so active. I became a runner. I started eating like gluten-free. Like I literally counted my calories and I gained 30 pounds. It is not the European lifestyle, it is the food itself. Food in Europe is just nutritious. Like you'll eat pizza and it's actually nutritious for you because of the grains. But then you come here to America and you have flour and it's just literally bleach. You're eating bleach.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy how you can just move countries like that, and then you're just screwed. You know what I mean? Like even though it's the same food, or you could be living even healthier, and you still get fat. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to eat anything anymore, and it's not in an eating disorder way. It's in a everything is made out of chemicals and tastes like plastic now way. I don't know what's been going on the last few months, but every next meal just tastes more and more synthetic than the last. It's disgusting. I'm like I'm literally sitting here. I'm very hungry, and everything I'm going through my brain that I could possibly eat, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. All were my favorite foods a few months ago. That and just choosing what to eat. Do I want the cancer-causing chemicals or do I want the chemicals that are going to cause my blood not to clot in 5 years? I make jokes with my roommate all the time about how I wish I could just have a cube of nutrients that would keep me alive. I'll take my little foodie cubie and be good. And I'm lazy.
That idea would be so fire, but somebody got to make that. I'm not gonna lie, because like for me, I'd be down to do that. You know what I mean?
Not be Nora Smith. I will keep purchasing the food and eating it to stay alive, but I'm not happy about it. Once again, not in an eating disorder way. I have a healthy relationship with food. All the food is nasty. All the food is poison. That is my problem. The food is trying to kill me.
If you're sick of hearing all the food is poison in America and I went to Italy and my gluten intolerance went away and you're like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds like people are making stuff up. All you need to know is that Bayer bought Monsanto and I think it was 2018. Go look it up if you don't believe me. Brooklyn, what is Bayer? A pharmaceutical company. You might be familiar with their aspirin. Brooklyn, what is Monsanto? Please. Honestly, you must live under a rock if you can't put this together. It is a food production company, an agricultural company, okay? What business does a pharmaceutical company have to do with buying a food production company? And they were roommates, okay? Nobody questioned it. Not a soul out there questioned, what possibly could this be? And the thing you need to know is the FDA is bought and paid for by the same people in the same circles. And listen, I could get into a whole dissertation one day on this, but first you gotta support me by watching through this whole video because I'm finally monetized. And by being monetized, I can actually spend time researching this stuff and then tell you it. So for now, you're getting the abridged cliff notes, the things that have been rattling around in Brooklyn's head while everybody else has been fast asleep and are finally just waking up to the news of the world we live in. Yes, my darling, here is the blue pill. Actually, I never saw The Matrix, but take one, take the other, I don't know, whichever one wakes you the up to the fact that everything is so corrupt, because even 90% of the big box brands, actually, I don't even know what I'm saying, 90% of what's at the store, the big box brands, all go into the same pockets of the same 12 families in the world, right? And despite whether you think he's controversial or not, Ian Carroll with Cancel This Clothing Co. did a great series on this. And if you're like, Brooklyn, I don't know what this means because I still need to buy groceries and I'm not going to stop buying groceries where I buy my groceries. I hate that. I hate that for you. But listen, just pick one item. Just pick one item at a time to switch. I swear it'll be that much easier and you'll actually be making a difference for yourself and the world. Bye.
To be honest, she's on to something, you know what I mean? In my AP Lang class, let me put it like this. In my AP Lang class, my teacher tells us, like, to understand why everything happens, is just track the money, you know what I mean? And it's just, and the world revolves around money, you know what I'm talking about? And it's just keeping the same people rich. But, you know, she does got a valid point, because why is a pharmaceutical company and like a food production company, like, merging like that, you know what I mean? But while I'm watching, I do get a little distracted, though, because I get irritated by this girl's movements. Like, she's, like, this talking and everything, it's like, so I can't even keep track, and it's like irritating me. I don't know, but you know, she's right. To be honest, I agree with her. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. See you guys tomorrow. Yada yada yada. Have a good day.